wild week 10 of college football. I'm talking about from the last edition of the Bedlam series to Alabama trying to show why they are a college football playoff team to the shootout in SoCal. Nino, we are blessed each and every week to talk about this game we love. I am the governor of college football, also known as Lever KT. With me today is the mayor of college football, Nino. Nino, what's happening?
Oh, this is going to be a good look at my guy. He's got his Hawaiian, he's feeling good. He got the vibes going.
Hey, man, I had to, man. That Debbie Dowling episode y'all did, y'all have no clue how excited I was to see that y'all was doing Noah Fafita. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, y'all killed the episode. Y'all was live for the episode. It was just a dope experience. I'm super happy for us to be doing this live through StreamYard. It's been a long time. It's giving me the old CFB Nation vibes, the flagship show vibes. But Nino, as always, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Seems as though a lot of my statements last week, the past couple weeks, starting to, starting to come to fruition, and I don't have to hear nobody's shit no more.
Hey, you know what? That's just such a beautiful thing. Let's get into these rapid fire one-liners. This is starting to be a fan favorite segment. I told you a few weeks ago, people been hitting me up like, yo, I love when you guys do this rapid fire one-liners. We get to cover a lot more teams when we do it. So first, rapid fire one-liner. Ohio State defeats Rutgers in the game that the score was much closer than the score actually indicated, but Ohio State won 35-16. Nino, give me your one-liner.
Marvin Harrison scores touchdowns in his sleep. Nobody gives a shit about the halftime score. And Kylie Monagwe, hello, sir, for 159 yards on the ground against the Buckeyes.
Wow. Let's get into the second one-liner. Mizzou gave UGA all that they can handle. You kind of call this in our group chat. It's kind of sad that a lot of people don't get to see this group chat, like the meeting of the minds when we're talking about college football. But they gave them a scare in Athens. UGA did, however, win 30-21. Nino, talk to me about this game.
Cody Strader, D2 transfer, rushed for 120-plus yards against Georgia. Get the fuck out of here when it runs through Georgia shit.
I love it, man. So, Oregon is on this tour, right? CFB Nation's on tour. Oregon's on tour. They are on a We Hate the Pac-12 tour. We Hate Everybody tour. They defeated Cal by a score of 63-19. Nino, give me your one-liner. Matter of fact, you know how we do for Oregon. Give me like a couple liners, man.
Bo freaking dacious, baby. Six touchdowns. Put some damn respect on his freaking name. I'm tired of hearing about this. He's 25. He's played the most game in college. 78% completion. That guy scores touchdowns whenever he wants to. He could lay down and score a touchdown. Oregon is the epitome of a real team in the Pac-12 because they're the only team with defense.
Hey, man, shout out to Bo Sarge. He's in the building. He said Michael Pratt got the first Senior Bowl invite. It felt like we were just at Senior Bowl. You know, this is how fast this thing flies. You want to give us a quick reaction to that?
I'm excited. I don't think he takes it because I have a funny feeling he transfers to a school like Alabama or Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's what rumor has it, that he will be transferring. Texas squeaked past Kansas State 33-30 in overtime. Please make sure you guys check out thecfbnation.com. We're doing articles. Also, we just partnered with SeatGeek. So if you guys are going to a concert, going to a game, and you guys want to save $20 on that, make sure you enter the CFB Nation as your promo code. And we're going to help you guys save some money. So, Nino, talk to me about this Texas-Kansas State game. Give me your one-liner.
Will Howard is a freaking gamer.
He is.
4 TDs. Somehow he flies under the radar. But the Malik Murphy hype train has docked. I guess Quinn Ewers train is back in the station.
Hey, you already know, man. Also, Oklahoma State, shout out to our guy Boomer because I know he's probably upset. Oklahoma State wins the final chapter of Bedlam 27-24. Talk to me, Nino.
Called it. Sorry, Boomer. But Mike Gundy picked it up, put it on the table. OU blew their load against Texas and ain't never been the same since.
Nino, I kind of get the feeling that when I'm watching, and I never want to question the integrity of the game, especially everything that's going on in Ann Arbor right now, but you just have the feeling that these Big 12 officials ain't playing with the Oklahoma Sooners or Texas. It's just a couple calls, you know. You already heard where Brett Yormark, he clearly drew a line in the sand and said how he felt about it.
Pass interference.
Yeah.
But you got to play the whole game.
Yeah, you got to win. You allowed them to go 97 yards to win a game. Hey, this is what Brent Venables does, you know, from a defensive perspective. Hey, you got to close that one out. Clemson gets a huge victory after Dabo Swinney told y'all who he was, because I think a lot of people forgot who he was. How you feeling about that one?
No, it's not Dabo Swinney. You said it right on the doc. It's Fabo Swinney, all right? He's fake. He's Fabo. All right, that's his new one. All right, but I'm going to go with the king of the Clemson jungle in Phil Fossamafa, okay? Because my guy with 38 attempts, that's romance shit. And I said it on the CFF list. I took him in my waiver wire pick. They ain't rushing. We'll shift it back. That wasn't like your normal, typical concussion. My man, and no disrespect, my man almost broke his neck. All right?
Yeah.
Why is he going to rush back, hurt his status? Maybe he comes back next year or not. Maybe he goes to the draft. But why? They ain't rushing this dude back when you got a guy who can carry the rock almost 40 times for $150.
Hey, I love it. Alrighty, so that's the rapid fire one-liners. Let's get into this dandy we had in Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saturday as the Tigers of LSU face Alabama. So this was one of these games that coming into it, you really didn't know what to expect. We've seen LSU put up points this year. We've seen LSU look pedestrian this year. We've seen Alabama look pedestrian. I think that, I don't know what Nick Saban, because he did look like he had the pink eye, red eye, something. I don't know what it was. But
this one was red, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if he stepped to Tommy Rees and Tommy Rees socked him in the face, but whatever he said to Tommy Rees, it worked, because he's actually utilizing Jalen Milroe the way that Jalen Milroe it needs to be playing. So, Nino, what were your biggest takeaways from this game?
It took 10 weeks.
It
took you 10 weeks to figure out how to get the offense catered to the guy that you recruited. This is what blows my mind. It wasn't like this dude came in through the portal. It wasn't like he was like the last man standing on the side of the bench and they had nobody else. They recruited this gentleman, and it did him a disservice for the first 6 starts that he had, right? And then you put in Captain Goofball, Tyler Buckner. He stunk. The guy who was supposed to be a 5-star in Ty Simpson, he stinks. True freshmen don't play in the Nick Saban. Well, I guess sophomores and juniors don't play in the Nick Saban either, right? Like, come on. You finally figured it out. And the kid put down 150 plus on the ground, 4 touchdowns. Man, Michael Vick-esque in this game, and he was doing whatever he wanted to do. But Nicky Saban with the red eye, someone fought in his pillow, he a savage, bro. Because the fact that he said, I laughed for a good straight 5 minutes. Yo, Aaron Anderson, man, you've been playing a little bit more over here than you are over there, bro. That's savage. That's cold, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you just stuck the knife and twisted it a little bit more. Like, bro, he don't. I say that I think he's gone with no country old man, but then like the last 2 weeks, I feel like Nick found his youth again. Like someone gave him that energy water, that vitamin water, and got him fresh again, because he seems like he got the swag again.
It's something about being on top, perception being that you're no longer on top, that gives you like that chip on your shoulder, the size of Texas, and is like you said, he does look. What my man Carlito Brigante said, reinvigorated.
Yeah,
that's just how, like, you know, Nick Saban looks now. So I do have a overreaction, our first overreaction, numero uno. So you know where I stand with Alabama. If you remember my preseason poll, I got Michigan winning it all. if they can even make it to the postseason at this point. I had Alabama in there. I had Georgia in there. And then I had Florida State in there. Is there a path? You know where I stand. Of course, I want to be 100% biased, even though goddamn Oregon looks like a train right now. Is there a path for Alabama to somehow, some way, some shape, some form make the college football playoff?
I don't trust Georgia with a dime.
Oh.
So I
Oh,
think Alabama's hitting their stride. They can win the SEC, and because they just dog walked the team that was going to be able to give them any kind of shot on their
right,
side of it.
right.
Um, I mean, Ole Miss is still kind of lingering around, which they already lost to Bama, so it's like things got to fall in place. So yeah, there's a path. What happened is they took out their machete and started chopping down the vines and chopping
Mhm.
down all the weeds and stuff, and opened up a lane. Milrow came in there with the weed whacker, and now you can see some daylight. But yeah, there's definitely a path. There's no path for LSU. They're done.
No,
Smoke, mail it
yeah,
home. But
mathematically eliminated.
Daniels better slow down, or he's about to be mathematically eliminated himself, split in two. Because dude, you can't keep taking hits like that. You
You
really can't.
Hey yo, he turned into Rambo, bro. I don't know when it happened, but he like literally has turned into Rambo. He has so much heart, a little bit too much heart.
Dallas Turner almost folded him like an accordion.
Is it me or does he seem a lot faster here at LSU? I don't know what it is.
He's running
Did
for
he
his
see him
life.
at Arizona State? Yeah, like
He's running for his life.
he seems to be their running game as well. We had a barn burner in Southern California. I think Nino, like I said, Nino, I need to start finding a way to like screenshot these text messages because you called, you said it's gonna be close, and then Washington's gonna pull away, and that's how it happened exactly. With Washington winning by the score of 52-42. Nino, what were your biggest takeaways?
Before I get into takeaways, all you schmucks, that's what I'm labeling you at, all right? That want to say, oh, I'm off the Caleb Williams train because he cried in his mama's lap. Well,
Yo,
you were the same ones that were putting Max Dugan on a pedestal because he cried after a game. Like, cut the shit already. It can't be, this twisted narrative. It can't work, just what way you want it to work just for you. The kid's a dude. He played his heart out. He looked like the Caleb of old in that game. Okay, he looked like he was back, and he lost, and it hurt him. Okay.
he can't call plays defensively, man.
Speaking of which, hallelujah, he's gone, right? Gone.
I guess Lincoln Riley got that blackmail back because we was trying to figure out when was it going to happen. Like, not that we
Why
want to see.
Why do you wait with the 2 games left? Like, I just
Yeah.
don't get it. Right? Did you think mysteriously you were going to be able to stop Washington, the top offense in college football? You were just going to stop them. You couldn't stop a nosebleed all year, but yeah, you were going to stop Michael Penix and crew. Come on, like it was 1.2. You're still paying him $1 million to say he ain't hurt. You know what I'm saying? His pockets aren't affected by this. You think his ego was hurt? I think his ego was hurt more every week. They were throwing dots at him in the media and at ESPN and college game. Like, come on, man. Like, he'll fall on his feet. But like Crane Company said, and my guy Jay Crane, shout out Jay Crane, David Cohn, yo, you don't hire your friends at all. Don't hire your friends when you coach football. It's the mob, man. You know what it is? Your best boy can turn on you, and you got to take the heat. And Lincoln Riley said, I think if I stick with this guy for 2 more games, I might take the heat too. You got to go.
Yeah. I had an old supervisor who used to say this, and I utilize it now and then, and I'm running the show. If it's my job or your job that's on the line, it's gonna be your job every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do.
I see a lot of this Jim Leonard, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Jim Leonard would be a perfect fit. But I know a guy, right, that gets a little fired up like I do. When he gets excited, he gets red. He had everybody's looking for that. I messed up, so now I need to rebound. Somebody call my boy Ed Orgeron. Get my boy back in college football. Get him at USC. And you want a guy that's going to switch the program around defensively, a guy that's got that fire, be growling in your face, Big Eddie get it done.
Yeah, college football sure could use Ed Orgeron. I like that. So, Nino, I think you do a great job with this upcoming segment that we're about to talk about. We're going to talk about your players of the week. I love how you always show love to not just the P5 guys, not even just the group of 5 guys. I've even seen you shout out some FCS guys. So, who are your players of the week for this week?
All right. We're going to do some names people probably aren't aware of, but I'm going to go with quarterback out of a team coached by Trent Dilfer. Okay, and just the fact that this man is putting up numbers like this, and he's been a guy in the college football fantasy community for a while. That's Jacob Zeno. All right, they won against FAU 45-42 in a barn burner. My man was 29-35, 484 yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay, another guy I know you're very familiar with. We talked about him earlier in the week because he played an early game. Jordan McLeod. This kid has been doing the damn thing for quite some time now, right? And he had 6 tutties. Like, he did whatever he wanted to do. He was like the magic man. He appeared, poof, he disappeared. Like, he got it done. If you don't know, you need to go check him out. I got to throw him on here because I'm tired of the disrespect. Oh, Nick, 6 touchdowns. 4 in the air, 2 on the ground. Like, he could have took the whole fourth quarter off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude,
he didn't even need to play pretty much the second half. They're on fire, and he's ready to hurt everybody.
yeah.
You know, when you talk about you need to get those clips, screenshots, I believe I said about Dylan Johnson before snap happened in college football this year.
Nah, yeah, you did.
Dylan Johnson,
I can confirm that.
Said that coming over from Mississippi State, he was a pass catcher who had 40 receptions back-to-back years. He was the perfect guy for Washington because you don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to run the ball? Is he going to catch the ball? Now you're spreading them out everywhere. And what did he do? He went off against USC. Granted, it's USC, but he went on the ground for 4 touchdowns, all right? They've been known to let up everything in the air. He dominated on the ground. So he's another guy that I'm a big fan of. I mentioned him earlier, Maffa. 36 attempts, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns. This guy was brought to my attention this week when I did the waiver wire show. Marion Lukes, Central Michigan, 21 attempts, 202 yards, 9.6 yards.
They always seem to find one.
They do.
I mean, even at like wide receiver, at running back, we seen what Lou Nichols did a couple of years ago. They just always seem to find one.
They do. Another guy I mentioned transferred over from La Tech. He was Smoke Harris's guy last year. That's Trey Harris, right? He went to Ole Miss. This is the second time he's had double-digit receptions. This time he cracked the 200-yard mark, 213 yards, 19 yards per reception. He's a guy. Tez, right? Stepbrother to my guy Bo. Tez Johnson out of Oregon, 12 receptions, $180, 15 yards, per catch. Like he's been stepping it up lately these last couple of weeks. I'm going to give you a random name, and nobody's really probably familiar. LeJontay Wester, okay? Wide receiver out of FAU. 11 receptions, 219 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 20 yards per catch. Like, come on.
That is crazy. Nino, I always enjoy doing this show with you. I think we need to have a superlatives episode soon. Bring on a bunch of guys. I know you and I are both voting members in the ACC. I know Brian Bosarge is a voting member for a few.
Everything.
For everything. I know. This would be, we did the preseason All-Americans for the ACC. I can't wait to do the postseason. Week 11 is coming up. We're going to get back to our previews and stuff like that. Last week was crazy. A lot of people don't know what I've been dealing with as far as my computer, man, just... but straight fire for
literally fire.
And then, yeah, it's doing its thug dizzle. But don't forget, check us out on DCFBNation.com. We are starting to get things full swing now. Also, don't forget that SeatGeek code. If you're going to a concert, you're going to a game, wherever you're going to, and there's tickets that you need to be purchasing, make sure you go to SeatGeek. Use that code, DCFBNation. I promise you, we'll save you some money.
KT,
for the man. Yes, sir.
Before we go.
Uh-huh.
We got some viewers still in the chat. I got to ask, and I want to bring it to your attention.
Okay.
You mentioned Michigan, if they're going to make a game, bowl game, whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that the NCAA is investigating the sideline guy at Central Michigan. So it's not just a farce. They're looking into it maybe being Stallion.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm hearing that they're just going to give Jim Harbaugh a suspension for the Penn State game.
Internal, or is the NC2A is giving him just a suspension for? Is
this the NC2A, not the Big Ten,
okay.
And they're going to suspend him for the Penn State game. Like, they need Harbaugh to beat Penn State.
They don't.
It's a layup. They suspended him 3 games at the beginning of the year because it was cupcakes.
it starts to become like, all right, so clearly they're guilty. They're guilty of something. we seen Buddy, man. Buddy is looking like Inspector Gadget, bro. Like Buddy is everywhere, right? You seen the signs on the play call sheet. It wasn't even.
They weren't even hiding it.
Yeah, you're not hiding it. So clearly they did something wrong.
Right.
But is the NCAA, who doesn't care about college football, now caring about college football because it's the Michigan brand? You don't want to penalize these guys. You're going to wait till postseason. And I said something in the group chat, and I want to say it now since we're talking about it now. Like, how do you feel like, let's say they get sanctions similar, you know how Tennessee did the self-imposed sanctions. Let's say their sanctions are a little bit harsh. Do those sanctions really matter when it's a brand like Michigan? Do limited amount of scheduled visits matter? Do a limited amount of scholarships matter when NIL plays such a huge role where these players going to get paid regardless? So, a little bit extra for their tuition, you know what I'm saying? It's like a scholarship anyway. Like, I wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, so that is a gray area now because you lose the visits. I'll send them an email, and then I'll tell them a booster's going to call them and send them a check. Like that don't affect nothing. Okay?
Exactly.
But I don't think NCAA is coming down on Michigan to come down on Michigan. I think it's kind of like how baseball was, right? You guys can do what you want. I don't give a shit. But like baseball, you can take the steroids because we need the fans. But now you're getting a little out of hand. Okay, now you're hitting 70. You're hitting 80 home runs. People starting to question. Now, if they're questioning, we got a question. What's a better way to make an example? You shoot for the top. Everybody said signs are stolen. Everybody said it was a normal thing, right? Signs are stolen. They went to a more in-depth way, but everybody was still. You could see it on the sidelines. People got towels trying to hold signs. You got pictures of Daffy Duck holding a candy cane. Like, you know what I mean?
UPS logos and all of that type of stuff.
All this crap. So they're aware of it. Teams are aware they're trying to do it, right? But it was out in the national media, out in the light. And the NCAA doesn't like to get made a fool. They already got made a fool twice in the last 2 years, right? So they don't like that to happen.
Right.
They're just trying to save face, right? But do they get SMU sanctions? I doubt it.
No,
right?
not. I mean, they haven't done anything yet. And then you saw Michigan. Was it their president or their athletic director? I believe it's their president.
Said he's gonna work with
ask for patience and all this. Like,
but they said they're gonna work with the Big Ten and the NCAA. They want to be on the right side of, quote unquote, allegedly on the right side of it all.
Yeah. I think you and both sides said it best, man. Get a green dot helmet. Stop playing these little kid games, man.
Millions of dollars. The billion-dollar industry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
This was fun as always, man. I feel like these episodes are just so short, man. I really do, because we had so much fun. As I always like to say, do something nice for something I normally wouldn't do. Always pay it forward. Peace and love. Peace and blessings. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. 1.